What's going on, everybody? We're the Downright Fools from Stillwater, Oklahoma, by way of Cushing. And this Friday, October 11th, we're putting out our debut record. It's called End of a Chain, and we'll be having our release show right here at Bad Brad's Barbecue in the West Room. We met 10 or so years ago in church.
Yeah, my dad was a pastor of a church in Cushing, and his family started coming there, and we were playing sports and went to school together, and it just seemed to work out, you know. I never looked back.
That's an age-old question.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what music was until Gavin kind of put me onto a lot of stuff in the early days. Um, just being that I was a, little church-going kid, I didn't know that heathen stuff like he did, so.
Yeah, I got this boy onto some Slipknot, and
Yeah,
here we
we're
are now,
we're listening
putting out
to
a folk record.
Nirvana and buying distortion pedals, and here we are 12 years later, 10, 12 years later, putting out a record. So who could have thunk it?
Anymore, I think our biggest influencers are good songwriters, and you can take that with a grain of salt. But we look up to the old Texas cats, Towns Van Zandt, Guy Clark, Steve Earle, and then everything. I don't know. I try to listen to people that inspire. How I need to word this.
Just people that write good songs, and they're not pretentious about it. It's people that seem to have an air about them when they can do something better than someone else. And a lot of the guys we look up to are just kind of in it for the sake of the craft. And I think that's just what we're trying to keep that tradition of, just doing it for the sake of doing it, enjoying doing it. Well, I mean, none of them really, how we went into the studio, they didn't come out at all how I thought they would. So I'm really happy with how Yesterday's Mess came out and Lost for Words. Those two just have they took on kind of a life of their own in real time. And so those are probably my big two that I'm real proud of.
I can agree with Yesterday's Mess.
Oh, and I didn't even play on Lost for Words. It's just,
Yeah.
I think I played a rhythm track, but that's it.
I can agree with what he said about Yesterday's Mess. We wrote that song well over a year ago, and after a year or two of playing that song the same way that we have been every night, you don't really think about what it could be when you get into a studio setting, and it's really neat to watch it grow. So that was definitely one, and then probably for me personally, For Your Own is the youngest song on the record, and I I argue that it's the best song that I've ever written. I can top it. I haven't done it yet, but to date, that's probably my favorite song that I've ever wrote. It's still you. So, favorite songwriters this week, because I know it's going to change maybe on the way home. Right now, it's Michael Hurley. I got turned on to him just a couple days ago. This old cat.
Freak folk.
Oh, yeah, freak folk. Songwriter, and just had a way about portraying his songs that just kind of eludes coolness, and
Yeah.
that's probably number one for me right now. And then you go through phases like that. A week ago it was Guy Clark, and the week before that it was Steve Earle, and then it was Guy Clark the week before that. But right now, between Michael Hurley and I'm gonna go Casper Allen. Yeah, Casper's new record's been
it's a good one.
crazy. Getting to listen to that.
Well, just for the sake of keeping up, I mean, I'm sweet on songwriters too, and I think that's a lot of what keeps this train rolling. But in terms of keeping close to our roles, and with him being the writer and the singer and me playing guitar, I've always was drawn to a lot of blues players and real commanding, like Stevie Ray Vaughan types. But kind of gravitated in the past couple years towards like a Jerry Reed and Glenn Campbell type, a real, I don't know, virtuoso type. I play with a lot of people, so I kind of got to be light on my feet and learn to play a lot of different stuff. And so yeah, those are probably the top two of all time for me. Is Stevie Ray and Jerry Reed. Kind of seems like an odd mixture as I'm saying it out loud, but
Today? Yeah, we'll do the title track off the record. It's called End of a Chain. It's kind of the oddball on the record, as it's not, doesn't pertain directly to a relationship other than my own with substance abuse issues. But it just really tied the end of the story together, and I was really happy to put this as the last song and name the record after it. It's End of a Chain.
Thought I'd found a place to hide, fighting in a pair of eyes I thought I'd never have to face again. Now here I sit, 3 sheets full of holes thrown to the wind, salt with vinegar and piss. Dark and empty hall, holes agony the wall, so many that we've run out of picture frames and posters. A noble leisure young man deserves a second chance to forfeit any blame to all the cans beside the coasters. I've been cut in this path of destruction for too damn long, risking my health for relief or a thrill like this life is my own. And I tell you it ain't, and I can't afford to live on the end of a chain. Pounding head I wilt, and as my flesh decays, don't look too hard, it seems that there's no heart to find. And don't bother with the stone, I don't care how hard you squeeze, you know it will not bleed, so save us both the time. I've been cut in this path of destruction for too damn long, risking my health for relief or a thrill like this life is my own. And I tell you it ain't, and I can't afford